Okay, now I think we're back again. I had to start a new stream. Alright, I think I'm good. God. Bloody rain. It's not even raining that hard. It just sounds like it is because I'm under a tree. Alright. So, we're looking at all weapons, and if we've specified a weapon type or an attack range, then we're going to add it. Sick. Alright. Let's go back over to the testing script. Actually, no, let's just remove... get all weapons is fine. We'll keep that. So get weapon list, and we're going to add in an attack range. Oh, wait, actually, no. We'll make it a variable. Variable. Serialized field. Weapon type. Attack range. Beautiful. Alright, let's see if that works. I love how I used my beard to scratch my hand there. That was weird. I don't really have a beard. Alright, so if I say none and none, then we get all weapons, 37. Sick. If I say just simple ranged weapons, it works. Dart, light crossbow, short bow, sling. Then if I say martial melee, we get all the melee weapons. Oh, awesome. I love it when code just works. Sick. Alright. Well, that works. So we've made our little helper function to get the right weapon lists. So we need that. Where? Where? Dun, 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 dun. Also, I think just for like an added precaution, I'm gonna do this. Like that. So if weapon type doesn't equal null, then we can process the weapon range as well. Because we don't want to do the weapon range if the weapon type hasn't been specified. Because that doesn't lead to a path. So with that, I think we'll just delete this one. And there we go. We have a get weapon list function. Now we need to take that weapon list and pick a random one. Pick random weapon. Which is just going to take in a weapon list. Oop. Like that. Alright, so we're working with... weapon objects, for one. We're going to just pass in the weapon list, so we're good on that. So we're going to work through the weapon list, get a random index from the weapons to check. Okay, so this part's all wrong. Hang on. Let's just skip that part there. So, we need to check right here. If the character already has that weapon, then pick a different one. Or just basically has weapon. So, the way we're creating weapons... Is there not, like, what? Yeah, there is. Where's the weapon class? Oh, it's in the item. Fuck. Makes sense. Alright, so this is what we have to return. We have to create an item with a weapon object. Account and an equipped. The way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to pass in a list of weapons. Actually, yeah, no, we do need to know if the character already has them. The character sheet has a list of items. Oh, we do have a has item function. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Sheet dot has item. Yeah, the name. Yeah, alright, so if we don't have it, then we're going to go sheet dot items, essentially, equals null, then sheet dot items equals new list of item. The weapon obj is going to be this weapon to check dot obj. Okay, and then we need to create a new thing, which is going to be a new weapon. Weapon obj count 1 bool equipped true. So I'm going to add those variables in here as well. Int item count equals 1, and then we'll say bool equip equals true by default. So we'll place that one with that one with that, like that. So now we should have a pick random weapon function. That does as it should. We're going to add another bool. Which is essentially just going to be bool add. Hang on, I don't want to do it this way. Hang on, let me. Actually, yeah, no, we do need to do it this way. Hang on, okay. Yeah, no, I want it here. Basically, this is a bool. Basically, if saying we're adding a dagger and we already have a dagger, do we want to just add it an extra one? What would you call the variable? Honestly, that's where I'm stuck on this. Add anyway. We could do it from the other angle. It would be, Jesus Christ, my brain is frying already. It is already 10:12, nearly 10:30. 12 past 10, whatever you want to call it. I think just add anyway. That's. Add to existing. Equals false. quick Billy, and then I gotta add that stipulation down here. Sorry, I just need an excuse to drink more of my coffee, you know? Even though I could just drink it. Alright, so what we want to do, instead of this has item function, I'm going to go to that, and switch it to this try get item. Hang on, I want to copy this. I don't trust myself not to mess it up, so I want to copy that up to here. This down to here. And invert it. So if we do have the item, so try get item. And then we out So if we have the item already, if we're adding it to the existing, then we're going to do that. And probably just return, actually. Yeah. We'll never make it to this if we go in here. So we don't have to even bother with an else. So if add to existing, we're just going to say item dot ida dot count plus 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 equals item count. Just in case we add 2. So that should work. I'm gonna do that. And I want to copy this. No, that's stupid. Don't even bother doing that. Stupid. Alright. Can I actually... Hang on, give me that back. Can I do a different one that just returns a weapon? Oh, also. That needs to escape. Oh, right, that one's gonna... Yep, alright, cool. Oh, really? You can't do one that returns a different thing? Okay, fine. This one's just gonna be a test. Fine. This one doesn't need a sheet. Actually, no. This is stupid. Never mind. I was going to try and test it, but then realized that the testing would just be this. Like, it would just return a random one in the list that we give it. Yeah, no, stupid. Stupid. So, now we go back to where we needed it, down here. So in the same way that we give a barbarian his items, we're going to... I was going to copy that, but we're just going to do the items. I'm going to want this one. Add new items. I'll make it one eventually. So, add the new items, which is... any two simple weapons. So that's just going to pick two random simple weapons. Like this. Pick random weapon. Pass in the character sheet. Get weapon list of... What was it? Weapon type dot simple. And it doesn't matter what attack range. And then do that twice. Any two simple weapons. And then... Yeah, we'll just copy that. So, pick any two simple weapons. Underneath that would be the light crossbow. I mean, do I really need to specify that? Do I need to... Yeah, no, fuck it. I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to do the thing. So I'm just going to load in a... that. I want to just check. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to go full path. Yeah, no. We're all good. We're good. Ah, these also no longer work. So weapons now go into items, weapons, martial, melee, and then great axe. And a hand axe is a simple weapon. I think. Hand axe is a simple melee. Great axe is a martial weapon. Okay, and we want a light crossbow, which is a simple ranged. Hmm. There's just gotta be a better way to do that for every one of them, right? I mean, do we need to create a helper function? Or does it matter that it's hard-coded? Oh no, I guess we just leave it. We do need to fix the bard, though, as well. Dagger is for sure simple melee. No way a dagger is a martial weapon. Push. Pshaw, that'd be crazy. Alright. I think that's going to keep that happy. Hopefully, maybe. Maybe. So, we've got a crossbow. What's next? We need studded armor or scale mail. How did I do? Could I do a little helper function? Can we do one of these? There's like a pick random. Of type T. I want to do generic. How do I do a generic? It has to be in a class, doesn't it? Like I have to make my own like random class, wouldn't I? Ah! You have to declare it in here. There we go. We don't actually need the character sheet. So pick random between all these options. We're going to call this one options to check. Just trying to think if this is a good idea. We don't even have to do the options to check shit. All I actually need to do is just say yeah. That's all I had to do. Literally that. But that's a function I can now pass anything into, and it'll give me a random output. That should be good. Which means all the way back up here, when we pick between studded or scale mail, we can say armor. Actually, I'm just going to copy some from down here. I didn't give you armor. I did give you armor. You, come here. Get over here. Yeah. Alright, so armor.load, where we're going to say string. Yeah, we'll say string armor name is going to be equal to pick random type of string between, what was it? Studded leather or scale mail. Studded leather. Scale mail. Is this overkill? Am I an idiot? Am I being dumb? Do I not have to do it? Can I just do that? See, you didn't need to do that. So we said we go into armor, and then we plus whatever armor name we ended up picking. Between either scale mail or studded leather. We better check that those are the actual names of the armors. Or like how I've named them. Nope, I called it studded leather armor. And what was the other one? Scale mail. I just called it scale armor. I'm assuming it's the same thing, right? Oh shit. Real quick. Armor. Scale mail. What didn't I call it? I'm renaming all of these. I don't like that they have armor in them. Except for spiked armor. That one has, you know. Was it just called padded? Yes. Is that not, like, it's not even padded armor, it's literally just, you just put pads on. Plate is just called plate as well. Ring mail is called ring mail. Spiked armor is called spiked armor. Splint is splint. And studded leather is studded leather. Good. The only one that actually has armor at the end of it is spiked armor. Good. Alright. The names are better. I'm happier with those. It does mean that I messed up down here. Leather. Okay. So we go scale mail or studded leather. Easy. Armor. Okay, where else? What are we up to? Thieves' tools and a dungeoneer's pack. Well, we haven't coded in those yet, so we're good. Are we going to do firearms? I mean, I haven't added them in. Stretch. It could be fun though. Right, so we're gonna have to make that magical tinkering. But for now, I think we're finally ready to test something. So, real quick, let's get up the character sheets. There you are. Empty folder, good. Alright, I am nervous. This is the first time we've done a test in a long time. So, we're going to press play. Also going to move me and chat up a little bit. Hide down in the corner. Where should I go? Down in the corner is probably not bad. We'll go there. Should be good enough. How does that look in this one, though? Blocks that a little bit, but you don't really need to see what's there. Alright, either way, now you can see the debug thing. So when it messes up, you'll know. Okay. So we're playing add test character. Okay, set character class broke. Bob has chosen to be Bard. It didn't work. Why? Here. Jesus. That was the dumbest way I've ever done that. If sheet dot features doesn't equal null. Okay. Up. Retry. Okay, try again. Come on, Bob. And Phil. You can do this. Add test characters. Set characters. Okay. So Bob has chosen to be a bard. He got 1 leathers, which was added as a weapon. Really? Phil has chosen to be an artificer. He added a short bow and a sickle, as well as his light crossbow and his scale mail. Okay, so the armors didn't add it as armors, so that's a problem. Why didn't the armor add as armor? Oh, it probably did. And it just didn't. Okay, I think it actually did. So that was fine. Alright, what happens if we let them fight then? I already deleted their characters. My bad. We'll add them back in and then we'll let them fight. And then they'll work perfectly and flawlessly. First go. Add test characters. Set their classes. Added armor, good. The artificer has a sling and a sickle again. Added armor, 1 leathers. Alright. Let him fight. It broke. Okay, let's get a look at what they're doing. For starters, let's look at Bob. How you doing? You got 2 items. Shouldn't you have gotten 2 daggers? You got Thunderclap and Blade Ward as your spells. We'll look in debug mode just so we can see down here. Dagger, leather. Equipped armor is the leather. Okay. All looks good there. What's wrong here? Extra damage dice isn't getting initialized. Where was it again? Where'd you go? Oh, all the way up here. God, there's so many variables. Okay, so we need to go through all the role types and make okay. You duplicate. Init extra damage die. Which is going to take in a role type. Oh no, it's going to return an extra damage die, which is you. That. I don't know what I had wrong there. And then just a new list of damage die. So everything should be initialized. Roll type count. Damage dictionary. Oh. What was it to... oh. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay, that should be one more problem fixed. So that wasn't a problem with the serialization. We shouldn't have to reload the characters. We should be able to just redo that one. Damn it. Active effects. If active effects doesn't equal null, then process them and get their actions. I imagine the code's gonna have a lot of that. Oh, Blade Ward. Oh. We lost on Sling. Ah. Question mark? Oh, I can't question mark that. Oh no, you can't do that with Okay. I think I need to do something like this. My brain. So we'll need a function like int. CR modifier. return that. We'll say if check roll functions equals null, return 0. Yep. And then we just gotta do that again for the other two. AR modification. SR. Like that. And then that is going to be up here. And that one's going to be here. Like that. Beautiful! Alright, we did it. Actually, that's horrible. I'm doing it up here. There, beautiful. Okay, there we go. Now we're checking to see if null. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that? How are you alive? Why aren't you dead yet? Why is no one dying? Okay, there were some problems there. Again, if active effects doesn't equal null, then you can do this. I'd do the if is null then return, but I have a feeling that this one's going to be used again somewhere. Like there's going to be more shit at the end of the fight end. Okay, I'm really not sure what happened for the rest of it though. I don't know why their health was weird. That was... I have a feeling that was a visual thing, not an actual in-game thing. Got my TV remote here from having to turn the power back on. Also, not a single person's dropped in today. A very quiet stream. Just here talking to myself. That's alright. I don't mind doing that. I feel like I'm just doing like mainly just streaming this and recording it for like I'm gonna make a video about how I made this eventually. But like it's gonna be like hours and hours and hours of footage, and then I'm just gonna like the one thing that's gonna be left over and that I use in an edit, it's just gonna be me going, God damn, I hate coding. And then the next one of me succeeding at something and going, fuck, I love coding. You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be back and forth. It's just gonna be a compilation of that shit, and then me testing it and it dying and me being like, why doesn't it work? You know. It'll be a great video. I am glad to be finally testing it though. Oh, and I totally forgot to send a link to Kyle again, and it's now 11 o'clock, so I'm just not gonna. Also, my dad hasn't hit me up. They haven't got another kitchen in there for me to sand, I guess. I've been waiting for them. They were telling me how busy they're going to be before Christmas. Hasn't happened yet. No. Oh well. I mean, I'm glad to be finally up to test. Did I just say that? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm having another Billy, by the way. I was going to go out and pee. I mean, I am going to go out and pee. But I just realized that my coffee's almost freezing. So, one last Billy, one last sip. Go piss it all out. And then we'll be back to keep coding. You know how it is. Racky knows how it is. Delicious. Back in a second. Yeah, right. Back again. Back again. Oh, and I'm off again. Thought I might turn my heater on. Oh, I'm off again. Alright, I'm back again. Yeah, I thought turning my heater on was kind of dumb if I didn't close my window a little bit more. God. I'll figure it out eventually. Alright, back to coding. Where are we at? I'm not sure where it got mad at me there. Oh, right, we wanted to check the health. Hang on, I play that again. I want to see if it's the players or the just the visuals. Okay. Bob. Health says 10. Current health is 8 out of 10. So what are we missing? What's not happening here? So, in the fight manager, prepare fight. We init the character, we give them their dice display. I know what I've done. Float. We're dividing an int by an int to try and get a number between 1 and 0. So it's just always rounding it down to 0. Like that. Now that should work. That was just a rounding error, I believe. You can't have an integer between 0 and 1. It's either 0 or 1. Add fire. Good shot. There we go. Oh, come on, Bob, you got this. Oh, no, you don't. He tried. Alright. Well, that was pretty damn good, I reckon. I think that all worked as I wanted it to. Okay, what are we missing in Artificer level 1? So I think we've organized everything. The items, weapons, adding health. We've already done the proficiencies. Yeah, alright, I think we got it. So now we just need to check the spellcasting. Spellcasting feature for Artificer level 1. Pick 2 random cantrips. Prepare spells. I think that works. Hang on. Quickly just load the characters. We care about Phil. Phil McCracken. Sorry. He has 0 spells, apparently. So that is an order of operations problem. Where... Oh shit, actually, I don't think we're... Yeah, we just haven't given him the feature to begin with. This needs to move to the bottom. Add class specific level upgrades. Yeah. Okay, so we add items, add proficiencies. With the barbarian, we add features second. So I think that's what we do here. Actually, just copy one of these. So before we add the proficiencies, we add new features. So we initialize. We're trying to load. What does the spellcasting feature? Is just a spellcasting feature. I mean, I don't necessarily have to specify, do I? Features. I want a new folder within it. Common features. such as the spellcasting feature. So when we look for the spellcasting feature, we're going to look in there, common / spellcasting feature. Sick. So that should give the Artificer the spellcasting feature, and then it should level it up automatically once it finishes doing this function here. And that level up will give it the spells that it wants. Wonderful. Hopefully. So get rid of Bob and Phil. And let's try it all again. Testing. Add test character. Set their classes. Something got mad. What? 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 Why would it pull a null reference on that? I know what's happened. There is no such thing as the common folder. For one, I was looking in... I sorted out the scripts folder, not the feature objects folder. And then in the feature objects folder, we need to add D&D features, common, spellcasting. And then in here, we simply call it spellcasting. Now that should work. Delete the correct characters again. Testing, play, alright. Add test character. Set character class. That worked. Now we have the characters. Yes, good. Bob, feature. You have the spellcasting feature. Spells. You have 3 spells. You should have more than that. Shouldn't you? Nah, you got 2 cantrips. And then your last one was a random spell that you got. And you just have low intelligence. That was a cure wounds. Which means your stats... Yeah, he's got negative... Well, not -1 intelligence. Actually, no, that gives you -1, doesn't it? Or does that just give you 0 still? Actually, I have no idea. There we go. Actually, I think that worked. So, you know, 2 cantrips at first level. Wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to say that if we go over to here and look at the Artificer spellcasting ability, I'm going to tick that. Probably give it an orange. The explanation being that tools required. Fine, I won't copy it. Tools required. But oh god damn. All that for that, you know? Now onto the bard. Actually, should we do the bard spellcasting? Or should we do magical tinkering? Probably easier to just go through and do all the spellcasting ones, right? Probably. Alright, let's just do bard spellcasting. Do 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 do. Actually, we should probably just make sure everything else is good too. Do 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 do. Okay, we can leave Artificer alone for now. We look at Bard. Well, so let's get rid of a bunch of this shit. Weapon properties, weapon objects, item objects, currencies, items, character sheets. We don't need any of this. We'll keep that and that. Okay, so again, we don't need Artificer or Barbarian, we're on to Bard. So sheet, set health, already done. Add new items. Sorry, I'm just looking at this, wondering how I'm going to do it. So I think I might do a 50-50 between picking any simple weapon, and then a 50-50 between just picking between a rapier and a longsword. So that's 25% chance, 25% chance, 50% chance. Good enough for me. So the way we do that, which is weird, we need two. Yeah, sorry, my brain got distracted again. Alright, so we need to pick between a rapier and a longsword. We should probably do we load a random one? No, I think we just go if random dot Unity engine is more than 0.5. So just 50-50. Raki, you're in my road again. So up here we're going to pick between a rapier and a longsword. Down here we're just going to pick between any simple weapon. Easy. We're going to copy that. Okay, this is going to be between the rapier and the longsword then. Rapier. Longsword. Both of those are simple weapons, are they not? Do I still have that webpage open? I don't, but I can get it. It's better than making Unity recompile. Even though I already did. Rapier and a short sword. Rapier and a long sword. Long sword, rapier. Okay, so they're both martial melee weapons, which means we can just load that. Okay, there we go. And that's martial. So you're going to grab a random weapon, random martial weapon between longsword and rapier, and then add that. Or you're going to just grab any simple weapon, which is also this. There. Alright, so pick between a rapier, longsword, or any simple weapon. Done. Diplomat pack or entertainer's pack. Musical instrument, also not really doable. Leather armor and a dagger. Awesome. Done. Spellcasting. Ah. D&D utilities dot pick random spell. Okay, pick 2 random spells for the bard, random cantrips from the bard spell list. 4 random spells from random bard spells. Really? It's not 4 bard spells, is it? Okay, yeah, you know, 4 first level spells from the bard list. Really? Checking my bard spells. Oh yeah, 2 cantrips. I got 5. Yeah, because I'm 2nd level bard. Sick. Got it. All good. Just checking. Just making sure. So yeah, 4 random bard spells. Easy. So pick random spell. I want to do another one of those. At some point. That can pick like second. So like say if we can pick. Yeah, like when we level up. Or should we always just pick the highest level spells that we can get? Like, do we just make it so that on first level you only get you get bloody 4 first level spells, and then on second level we get another first level spell, and then when you unlock second level spells, when you get more, we make them second level. So you get another second, you get a second level, and then third level. third, fourth, fourth, fifth. Yeah, I think we just do max level each time. That keeps it simple. So on first level, you only look at first level spells when you pick a random one. And we do it 4 times. And that's the Bard spellcasting feature. Whoop. Bam. Alright, we did it. That's first level Bard right there. Yeah, we'll test it. Why not? Let's go again. Add test character. What was that? What was that? Oh, healing word. Ah. Okay, don't heal yourself straight away. That's bad. Only heal yourself if you got health to heal. Where are you? Healing word. I think just -1 to the score. So the max amount you can heal is 10 minus 10, which is 0. Then we do 0 minus 1. The minimum between all of that would be -1 plus... Yeah, okay, cool. So now, healing word shouldn't happen if it's fully healed. It's got to have better things it's got to do. Shit. Why would you get the magic stone ability? I whinge in the immigrant song. I need something to eat, man. I'm so hungry, but I have to cook. I'd have to cook. I will soon. I'll do it after I gotta do it after I stop streaming. I think I'll code till I get absolutely sick of it. And then I think I'm gonna try and pull an all-nighter tonight. My sleeping pattern's been so messed up that I sleep until like past midday every day, and it's driving me nuts. I need to stop. And by past midday, I'm meaning like 5 in the afternoon. Like, it's fucked up. So I think I want to try and go the long way around. So we might be having quite a long stream tonight. Kind of like last night when I streamed for 9 hours. So last night I had a couple more people drop in. Not many, but a couple. It's been very quiet tonight. Very, very quiet. Not a one person. I also need something better to drink than coffee all night. I don't want to make another coffee. Alright. Back to it. Back to it. Magic stone, hey? How does it load that? Oh. No, I did. Fuck. Items, unique magic stone. That's where it was, wasn't it? Is it not a weapon object? Where the fuck is it? There. Ah, it's an item object. Should probably still be classed as a weapon object, right? I guess the roll damage is going to have to be a virtual. A virtual and an override. You good there, buddy? Making me nervous? Jeez. And score isn't there. Where's score? It is, it's just not public. Yeah. Okay, yep, we're good. So the magic stone is now a weapon. What does that change? It doesn't really care about proficiencies. Doesn't have a cost. Thought so. And it's 1d6 bludgeoning. So it's a ranged attack that does 1d6 bludgeoning. 6, 1. Bludgeoning. Score. We don't have any sounds for it. And it has no weapon properties. Ah. What do you mean? Will allow for consumable weapons as well. Yeah. Now it's asking, is all the weapons consumable? The answer is no. Technically, daggers and stuff like that would be if you use the throw action. But I don't want to do that to people. It's only under specific circumstances that it is a consumable. It might even be pointless to do this. What are we missing? Okay, I don't know if we fixed what we needed to fix, but let's try that again. Okay, Phil should now have magic stone, 3 of them. Which should also have been... No. So at runtime, the items get added to the character sheet, but they don't get added to the available pool of items, weapons, and armor that the characters have access to. That would be over here. Knit character gear. On magic stone here, I think. We don't just add it to the items, we'll add it to user dot. I don't have a ability to do that. We need to create a helper function. this actual weapons class is private. I guess we'll go here, add new weapon. Which is going to take in a weapon. And then just say weapons dot add. So that way we should get it at runtime as well. And then just to be sure, we'll say if weapons doesn't equal null. What are you doing, Reki? Like that. So then you should get access to be able to throw the magic stone as well. Jesus. What the hell? He just used dissonant whispers. How much fucking damage? Did he do like 15 damage? Jesus, 3d6? That's crazy. I mean, it's doable. Just bloody knocked him. Oh. Oh. Sounds.length equals 0. I was trying to play a sound that didn't exist. Which makes sense, because even when there's... If this is 0, and then it's random times 0, then it floors it to 0, and then tries to play the first sound in the index. Makes sense. Oh. Jesus. I'm just trying to see if it's accruing magic stones. Okay, he threw a magic stone. So he should have 2 left. He still has 3. He also still has 3. That's a problem. Also, use it to add... Okay, so when it sets itself to consumable... We want to debug.log used item. And use last there. I just want to know if this is ever getting called for weapons. Might not be. So we'll try that again. Add a few fights and wait for him to throw the magic stone. I have no idea what that just did before. God, you guys suck. Also, what's happening with these spell saves? See, he rolled under the spell save. Okay, and got hit. Oh, if you save, you take half. With something like Dissonant Whispers, right? On a successful save, the target takes half. Got it. Throw a goddamn stone. You're just getting your ass kicked. Jesus. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to go to the magic stone. Score bonus plus 10. It also didn't use one. So I think the problem is, it doesn't serialize the function, obviously. How do we rectify that? I think maybe... when we go through and initialize the items... So when we sort an item, we need to add this to the item object. And I think we can do that before we specify the items. So here, when we sort, I think we can easily say item dot item dot on use plus equals item dot on use. So we add that back in because it doesn't get serialized with it, which is fair. Understandable. But does adding that back in fix the problem? That is the question. It used a magic stone. Now if I look at Phil, he has 2 magic stones left. He has 3 down here though. So again, so it needs to modify it on the character sheet and in the active character when it does this runtime shit. Oh, idiot. Okay, I got it. I got it. If weapons.null is then return, and then we want to say if weapons contains. I don't even think that's necessary. We can just remove. Because remove already has a bool. Well, okay, never mind. So then, we simply go to when it's used, and we say I think we're making a mistake adding it to the character sheet at runtime. I think we should just make it so that it adds it to the character. And then at the end of the fight, the character sheet gets serialized anyway. Now I think, yeah, we're doing it the hard way. God. I gotta say, I feel a little bit lonely, no one dropping in. Very quiet stream. Even for the coding channel. That's right, I couldn't imagine I'll have much more in me. Don't know how much longer I'll be able to code for. As much as I really want to continue though. But yeah, no, I think I want to modify this so that it adds items to the character and only the character. It processes the character sheet once at the beginning of the fight, and then everything else comes from the character. I think that works. The only thing that's a bit weird with that is that when we pick an action, we're looking at the character sheet. Okay. So this requires a little bit of modification. So for starters, these pick early actions will start here, where we just say items. But that also needs to include weapons. Armor isn't going to count. Currently no. See, that was already going from items. So spells can come from the character sheet because they're not going to change. Features also. Weapons and items, their actions and amounts will change. So I'm just going to... Yeah, we'll just do the same thing down here. Okay, no. We're doing character sheet items. That's fine. So items. So on pick actions is always going to get called during the actual fight loop. So this sort item thing is done in initialization. We should be good. Ah, nope, okay, hang on. Sorry, we now get actions from that. Magic stone, when you create, alright, so add weapon, remove weapon. We need... just add weapon. Add new doesn't make sense. I mean, it does, but... So that now gets added to the weapons line, not the character sheet. And then in item, when we remove it, this is going to have to be virtual. Alright, so we got add and remove item now. Then in item, this works there. Then in weapon, we're going to override it, and you're going to remove weapon instead. Yep, so now object creation during the fight only modifies the user, like the character information. It doesn't modify the character sheet. Then we want this user.has item. Return false. Return items dot contains. So in this case, we don't need that. We want that actually has weapon. Has weapon. Weapons contains that. If it has weapon magic stone, then return -1. Okay. If we open the character sheet, good. The only references are in D&D utilities. Remove item. Huh, I'm just realizing. Why is everything open? Shit, no, we might actually have to... We might have to do both. Because we don't serialize the weapons and the items back. Yeah, we only serialize changes to the character sheet. So we do have to make it do both. Oh, God. I'll figure this out eventually. So we do want to also say user.charactersheet.add item stones item. So we add 3 to there, add 3 to there. Then when we use an item, we say user.remove item, and then we also say user.charactersheet.remove item. Alright, that should work. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Let's press play. Oh, God. Oh, debug mode. Alright, add fight. Throws magic stone. Okay, it didn't get used. Huh. Do it in here as well then. Alright, that works. It's gotta work. It's gonna work. I promise. Always. Used magic stone. Phil just died. Magic stone. Ah, shit. You still have 3. Magic stone, you have 2 now. Okay. So this time we didn't take it off the character sheet when we removed the item. Oh, wait, no, this is even more annoying than I thought. It's calling 2 different on-use functions. There exists 2 different on-use functions. That one and that one. So this is a new weapon. The original item needs to also know. Oh, whoops. Clear. Alright, I think I've got this now. like I've said a couple times. So we used a magic stone. He should have 2 and 2 now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Once again, it didn't change the... This is the item stored in the character sheet. I think I got that. Maybe. I think maybe I got it. I think maybe. What I've changed there is now... So this is the one that's getting called. We just got to make that same function call both. And maybe I think that works. Maybe, please, hopefully. Please, hopefully. But it also... The only annoying part about it is... They both remove themselves from each other's list. Maybe. I guess they're technically different instances of a... So it might be fine. Jesus. Okay, we did get 2 copies of used magic stone that time. Okay, we have 2 there. And 2 there. Okay. We used last magic stone there. And it's been removed. Oh, right, scale mail. Okay. So now if I fight him again, Phil will cast a magic stone before throwing one. And added 3 magic stones. Use 2. Use the 3rd, and it was the last. And then he'll cast magic stone again. Yes! Yes! God, I'm good. Okay, I got it, finally. Sometimes it just takes banging your head against a wall, you know? Sometimes that's just the way you gotta do it. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, well we got magic stone working. Wonderful. Where was, like, even the distraction from that? Like, I'm not even sure what made me start doing that. Besides the fact that it broke. But, like, what were we doing before that? I mean, we're working on the spellcasting feature. Oh yeah, no, we were testing the spellcasting feature. So it worked. The Bard spellcasting feature worked. Was there anything we really missed from it? No. So, the Bard spellcasting, we can just say that it's green. Oh, actually, no, we'll say orange. And we'll say spellcasting focuses. No spellcasting focuses. Look at that, we're 0.5% of the way through through all the spells. God, we're good. Not spells, the features. So do we want to keep going? Do we want to, yeah, fuck it. Why don't we keep going? So, cleric spellcasting, hey? The Blood Hunter. Sounds fun. Okay, so this one is actually way more complicated off the bat. Because of Divine Domain. So one of the big things that each of these do that we have to consider immediately is it adds different spells. So as it stands, Detect Magic and Magic Missile aren't cleric spells. What were they then? Magic Missile. Yeah, sorcerer wizard, not a cleric. So we have to add that in. Oh, actually this gets complicated because this is where we need to actually figure out subclasses. This is the first time we need to care or figure out subclasses. Which are essentially just going to be more features. But it does have to pick the subclass. Yawn, stretch, yawn. God, I hurt my throat doing that. The way I said that. It was stupid. Bloody Thursday, hey? So the only way I can think to do this is the same way that we did classes. Sorry, I'm here the whole time. I just... I'm thinking we add subclasses as an object. Huh, actually. Now that I think about it, class itself could be an object. So for instance, on the app that I use, when I look up in my edit character, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I have a list of classes. You can't see shit. Is that going to adjust? It's flipped, but there you go. But then it does features as if, huh. Yeah, it does the subclass as if it was a feature. What you're seeing right now is someone realizing that they might have to do a lot of reformatting. But also possibly using this point to commit to multi-classes being a thing. Whoo, shit. Alright, well, with that, I think I might end stream. I think I might call it there. I'm gonna go make myself some dinner. I'm gonna think about this. I might even draw up some class diagrams. Because I think I'm gonna make it so that classes are an object. Essentially. Yeah, sorry, fuck. Alright, well, this is why I'm gonna go, because I can't stop, yeah. I'm gonna be thinking about this a lot. I think there's a bit we need to do. So, have a good one. No one's been watching anyway, so, peace out. I'm gonna fucking make myself some dinner, think about this for a little bit, and then maybe I'll come back and do another stream on the gaming channel. Play some more Poke Rogue. That should be good. I was gonna wait, should we wait 20 seconds, 15 seconds? To make it around an hour, or 3 hours? Okay, fine, we'll wait 10 seconds, hang on. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,